Okay, good morning, everybody. We have a Pizzazz worksheet today, and we are going to be focusing on getting the volume of something. When you get the volume of something, you're really saying how much space, 3D space, does it come up? Does it take up? Also, you can imagine, if that were a solid object, how much water can I fit in there? That's what's called volume. Okay, capacity is another thing. And when we say 3D, that's a good reminder because when you did area, you had two dimensions. You had a width and a height, right? And to get the area, you would multiply two numbers, right? Two numbers get the area. And if it was inches for your units, then your answer would be in square inches. Well, with volume, you have three dimensions. It goes off into space there. And with volume, you not only multiply the, the width and the height, but you also have to multiply the depth. And when you have three dimensions, you have inch times inch times inch, which is inch to the third power, which is also known as cubic inches. Whoa, magic. Where'd that come from? Yeah, when we're talking about cubic inches, it also reminds you that you're talking about in volume, how many little cubes would it take to make that shape? Okay, if this cube, it's a special rectangular prism, is 3 by 3 by 3, then you can imagine getting the area of the top. How many cubes did it take to make that top layer? 3 times 3, right? That's 9. And then how many layers of 9 do you have? 3, right? So 3 times 9, 27. The volume of this cube is 27 cubic units. And that's how you're going to get the volume of almost anything with straight sides. A prism, it could be a rectangular prism, a triangular prism, an octagonal prism, a pentagonal prism. You name the prism by the shape of its base, and the shape of its base is the same as the shape of its top. Okay, and you get the area of that top or base, and you multiply by how tall it is. That's all it is. Remember, that top is 9 cubes, right? 9 square units, and it's 3 tall. 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, and that's all you're going to do. Okay, so in all of these, imagine getting the area of the top times the height, and that's going to be the volume. Now, what's the top? Remember, when you have a three-dimensional rectangular prism, that is 6, so that will be 6. Those are parallel, right? The ones that are vertical lines, straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down. Well, this says 5.8, so that is going to be 5.8, and this will be 5.8. This one going from right to left, going down, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, right? So if that's 6, if I want to get the area of the top or the bottom, the base, I'm going 6 times 4.5. Okay, 6 fours is 24, and 0.5 is 1/2. 1/2 of 6 is 3. 24 and 6. 24 and 3 is going to be 27. Let's double check by multiplying like we multiply decimals. First, we pretend like there's no decimals. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry the 3. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 3, 27. And then I moved that over one spot to pretend it was a 45. So I have to go back one spot. My answer, 27. That's what we thought. Now that was the 6 times 4.5, 27. Now I have to multiply 27. That's the area of the base or the top times the 5.8. 27 times 5.8. I'm going to drop that 0 now. And I'm multiplying. Now I'm thinking 8 quarters is $2. 8 twos is 16. So that's going to be 216. Let's just double check. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5, 21, 216. Put a placeholder because that 5 is really a 50. Cross out any carry marks I already have so I don't get confused. 5 times 7 is 35. Carry the 3. And 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. Now I get my answer down here, and I have to remember that was 27, but this was 5.8. So I moved it over one spot there. Got to go back one spot. My answer, 156.6. And that's going to be cubic centimeters. Cubic centimeters. Now, when I get done, I go down and write the letter of the exercise in the box above the answer. So this was A. So I have to go find 156.6 cubic centimeters. And there it is there. And I'm going to put an A there. Okay. Now, that was a rectangular prism. A triangular prism, again, area of the top times the height. Area of the top of this, that, or the base, that triangle is 10 and 4, right? And the area of a triangle, remember, is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so I can go 10 times 4 and get 40. Take half of that is 20. But I could also take half of the height, 2. 2 times 10 is also 20. Or half the base. What's half of 10? 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So the area of the base is 20, and that's square meters. And multiply that by how tall it is, 8. And you can do that in your head, right? That's like 8 times 2. 160. And now we're talking about meters cubed, and that's going to be a T. Come down here, look for 160. There it is. That's going to be a T. Okay? Now, don't get too scared of these. These are actually easier. This is a pentagonal prism because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. That's a pentagon for the top and bottom. Now, this is a hexagonal prism. A hexagon is 6. And you think, how do I find the area of a pentagon? Or how do I find the area of a hexagon? Well, you don't have to worry. They told you the area of the base or the bottom is this. So you're just going 19.7 times 4.3. Okay, so pretend you're doing 197 times 43. For this one, you're just going 52 times 7.5. And remember, you're pretending that's 75 times 52, and you move it over once. All you got to do. Okay, so let's do one more. Why don't I do this one here, this triangular prism? And you see that little symbol there? That means it's a right angle. That means that would be the base, that would be the height. So my area of that triangle is 1/2 of 9.6 times 6.2. Let's do that on the back. And I got a half out here. Now, some people say, let's make that a 0.5. But you know what? I can take half of 6.2, just cut it in half. Right? What's half of 6.2? 3.1. So I'm just going 3.1 times 9.6. And remember, you pretend like there's no decimal, and that's 96 times 31. 1 times 96. Put a placeholder. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 9 is 27 plus 1, 28. Add. And now I went over one spot in that number and one spot in that number. So I have to go back 2 spots of my answer. 29.76 is going to be my volume. Okay, so 29.76. What are my units? Centimeters? Nope. Square centimeters? Nope. Remember, it's 3D. So it's to the 3rd power. 29.76 cubic centimeters will also be an A. And I don't see that, which lets me know I made a mistake in there. Okay, let's go figure out where we made. I did get half. Oh, what do we do here? We did the area. The area of this is 29.76, but I have to do that times 12. We forgot that part. Okay. Whew. All right. So I shouldn't have crossed that out. That's actually still right. So the area of the triangle is 29.76 square centimeters. Now I got to multiply that by 12. So let's pretend there's no decimal there. 2 times 6, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15, and 18 plus 1 is 19, and 2, 4, plus 1, 5. Put a placeholder, and 1 times anything is itself, so I'm going 6, 7, 9, 2. Add. And now that went over 2 spots. There was nothing in the 12, so I got to go back 2 spots in my answer. Boom, boom. 357.12. Now we're talking cubic centimeters, right? Boy, glad you guys are here to make sure I didn't make too many mistakes there. 357.12. And really, what we could do if we were totally stuck is we just estimate. We say, okay, this is about 6 times about 10. That's 60. And then I have to take half of that because it's a triangle. So 30, and 30 times 12. That's like 3 times 12, 36 with a 0, 360. My estimate's 360. That's pretty close to the exact answer, huh? 357. So 357.12 is going to be the A. There it is, that second one. Okay. I think you guys can do the rest of these. I wish you luck and have a great Aloha Thursday.